Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nkonye and I'm also known as NdiNaija. Ja. Yo, I apologize for my voice. I am under the weather. I have been very much under the weather, which is part of why this video has not come up before today. But time waits for no one. Life goes on whether you're sick or things happen and you just roll with it. Make your contingency plans and roll with it. This is part 5 and the final video in my 2020 goal setting series. In the first video, which many people have seen, I appreciate you all for watching, I did a brain dump of the goals that I wanted to achieve, and I identified my values, put them down here in this Happy Notes notebook, right? This was the brain dump, and these were the values. In the next video, we sorted and categorized these goals and assessed them in light of my values and time and other things, and we divided them into projects, habits, and tasks. The third video was the reflection. And I think I misplaced those things. The third video was the 2019 reflection, where I reflected on my 2019 goals and how I did and my progress. So that was video number 4. In part 2, I would call it a video number 4. We did this project planning. Well, I'll call it video number 4. Okay. In video number 4, we planned the different projects, the goals that were projects. You talk about in separating your goals into projects, tasks, and habit-based goals. You can see the goals that take more than one step to do. So we made this page during the Saturday morning live and did this for both Cultivate Wellness, my Cultivate Wellness goal, and my Cultivate Financial Freedom goal. I also did this breakdown for my other goal to cultivate my job. And now it's time to show you guys what I did to, set the goals up. So in a video where I showed you guys what I did not get from the 2020 Power Sheets release, I told you guys that I was going to reuse my Power Sheets. Now, in the Power Sheets, when you're done with the prep work, and I uncoiled this because I needed to make copies of, I needed to scan in some pages and make copies. And I think I showed you all that in the last live. I don't have the pages here anymore, but I showed you guys in the last live. You can look in the cards or down below to see it. So let's see. Okay, these are the action plans. Now with these Power Sheets, after you've identified the threads and turned your ideas into, like, sort of solidified them into goals, the next section that you get to is your action plans. And you have these action plan worksheets where the first part of it is you have your big picture goal and you write out your why, and all this space is for your why. Why do you want to do it? And just in case you have trouble articulating the why, these 3 questions or these 3 bullets are also ways for you to find out your why. What is the positive effect that this goal may have on you or others, and how will you feel at the end of this year having made progress on this goal, and at the end of this year or season, how will you celebrate progress? So sometimes the why of your of whatever goal it is you want to achieve falls into these 3 categories. The next page has your how and what progress looks like, and this is where you set the mini goals. So To bring that big picture goal to life, like it says here, start by breaking it down into mini goals. The example here says, if your goal is to record your family legacy, your mini goals might include choosing a photo backup service, gathering all the printed photos into your home, sorting those into storage boxes, and refreshing the frame photos on your walls. So you break those down into mini goals, and then you put your starting steps, which are small, very small, specific, realistic, physical steps. What are you actually going to do? If your goal, say if you need to see a doctor, for example, if your goal is that, okay, this year I'm going to see a doctor, this is what you're going to do, then you need to break it down into small steps. What are the small steps? You need to find out the doctors that are in your insurance network, for example. Then you need to see if those doctors meet your preferences. Are they close to your house? Are they close to your job? Will you go there from work? Will you go there from home? Around what time will you go there? And then you need to get their information and then make the appointment. So that's how you've broken that goal down into small specific steps. So I did that for my goals, and I'll show you this. And I couldn't do it all on camera. It would have taken too long, but I made them all into one page and did my why. So the first one is cultivate financial freedom. Question, why? So that I can be free to do the things that I need, provide for my family, and build a reserve for my later years. What are the positive effects? The positive effects would be that I would be free from debt. I would be free to dictate where my money goes, because when you are in debt, you do not have the freedom to dictate where your money goes. Sometimes when you use debt and you sort of play with debt, you can say, okay, this is what I want my money to do or not. But when you're in debt, there's nothing you can do. You have to pay the minimum. In some ways, some people might say, well, I mean, it's the same way with bills. If you don't pay your bills, you can't tell your money where to go. But that's different from being behind on bills. You can maybe don't try this at home. You can maybe skip 4 or 5 days or 30 days. Please don't do this. Don't do this. Don't be late on your bills. It'll affect your credit score. Anyway, excuse me. So that I can dictate where my money goes and give my child and me experiences all over the U.S. I love experiences. Travel is really good for my mental health, and I'm exposing him to different parts of the country and just how things work and how things look like in different places. And now here's how I'll feel at the end of the year, having made progress on this goal. I said I would be elated, excited, freer. I'll feel like a big winner. Haha. And the question, how will I celebrate? I'm not very good at doing this celebration. So I said, I have no clue. I'll pat myself on the back, I guess. Yes, I got that suggestion from Monica, She Who Plans. Yes, give myself a big pat on the back. I'll be very proud of myself. Yes, I might even draw me a little hat. Because in terms of buying stuff, I've bought a lot of things that I want. I may not have bought all the things that I need or all the things. Yeah, I haven't exactly bought all the things that I necessarily want, but I have bought a lot of them in terms of on the creative side. Now, stuff like bags and watches, which I used to purchase before my kid was born, I haven't gotten back into that because it's just a lot. Anyway, now what does progress look like? And this is where the mini goals come in. My first mini goal is to pay off the IRS, and then to save 1 month's living expenses, and then to pay off my credit card. My starting steps are to continue budgeting, continue tracking expenses, sell things to bring in more income. So that's for the very first goal, which was cultivate financial freedom. The next goal was to cultivate physical wellness, and I went through the same process. I went through the same process for it. So let me see. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you guys, but I did want to bring you all in a little closer. So there's my why, positive effects, how I'll feel, and what progress looks like. Um, Now, what progress looks like, this is where these things come in. The things that we did in the project planning stage. So I believe and feel like if I'm able to do all these things consistently every week, every day, every week, that I will be able to lose 1 to 2 pounds and do things like do my 10-minute exercises, have a cup of veggies with every meal, and prioritize these healthy foods in my diet. So the mini goals are to participate in 8 healthy eating challenges, and this is over the course of the year. Walk and get up to 10,000 steps daily. I'm going to build up to that. Same with this next thing here, build up to greater or equal to 30 minutes of exercise 6 days a week, meal plan and prep, and then replace bread and sugar in my diet with vegetables and protein. This is a big one for me because this is the major area that I have weaknesses. Bread is addicting, sugar is addicting, and a lot of, let's say, in the past, I have used food in general as a coping mechanism. And, just given in to eating when I'm stressed because it'll take your mind off things, but it's not a healthy way to deal with things. It's also why I've started to get into journaling. This December has not been great at all with regards to journaling, but it is what it is. And then these are my starting steps. Now, some of these starting steps I actually began a little while ago, but I'm building up the momentum to continue. So those are the two major goals for me: cultivate financial freedom and cultivate physical wellness. The other goals are to mind the business that pays me. That's for my actual job. The fourth one is to cultivate NdiNaija. And the last one is to take care of heart things. Now, I'm not going to be sharing a whole bunch of this goal because a lot of it involves personal and family, and I'm putting a bunch of things in here because it just feels like stuff that's closer to my heart, right? I need to do a lot of decluttering and rearranging of my home. I need to continue with my spiritual walk, and I added something. So I have continued tithing, I have improved church attendance, learned 12 new memory verses, and improved gratitude. So this one I did this year and I was pretty good at. Um, Next year I want to really um, focus on this because it's very easy for me to give excuses. Um, I'm an early riser, so I tend to go for the very first service, which starts at 7:45 at my church. But sometimes, like say when I'm sick like this, I tend not to go. I mean, I don't want to go get people sick or anything. That's not what I'm saying. But sometimes the problem is that I didn't I didn't get my clothes ready, so I need to find a way to mitigate for those times. So maybe I don't even need to get my clothes ready on Saturdays. Maybe I need to start getting myself into the mindset of what am I going to wear to church on a day like Friday. So when I'm doing my inventory, meal planning, and okay, let's prepare for the weekend, then let's also prepare for church. Uh, I also wrote here improve gratitude. I think there will be a few more things that'll come into my mind, but these are some of the hard things. Other things that are going to be here, I'm not going to show you. So with all that being said, this is my goal planner, right? My Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly Planner, where the front of it is dedicated to my goals and the pursuit of those goals. And the back side of it is mostly dedicated to my budget, the sinking funds. So this is where I was going to do quarterly check-ins for the different goals. So all of these, most of the mini goals that were here, most of the mini goals that were here are going to be transferred over here. And I believe I used my, let's check. I hope I used my erasable pen. Okay, so I did use my erasable pen on here. That'll make things a little easier. And I want to change this. That's why I'm erasing it, actually. Okay. So I'll put the mini goals on here. So now that I have my 5 goals set, the things that I do want to track that I will be showing you guys will go in this planner. And yeah, that's it for this section. So we have that. One of these will be for the job, minding the business that pays me. And then I have weekly meal preps, 10-minute exercises. And then I should have my decluttering. Okay, I'll have the YouTube here. I can have the video consistency. I can have the decluttering here. And then I can have the spiritual down here. There was a page that I made up that I might have to move over. Let me see if I can find it. I'm looking for my notes. Well, I couldn't find the page, or if I do, I think I'll find a picture and insert it here. And it should show, it's a page where I tracked my spiritual discipline, fasting, and I think tithing. There are 4 boxes on the page, and I made it with one of the Happy Planner Happy Notes. So we can move all this and get to the next part of the goals. Now, I'm going to write in my goals on here. At first, I scanned this in and put down, and I said I was going to put these stickers down. These are stickers. I printed this on sticker paper, but I decided to just write it all out, not much fanfare, write them down here. I think I'm going to transfer these and put them in here in this Erin Condren notebook. At least I'll have it in 2 places, because for me, the act of writing and rewriting my goals and my how helps to reinforce these things in my mind. So I have a note here that tells me that I need to cover this with washi tape. So let's do that. So I've covered the page with washi, top and the bottom, and now I want to add a little box from this new Kofo Boxes sticker book to add the word goals right here to the middle of the page. I think I'm going to snip off this section with that has the small flag end. Yeah, I prefer it to be a little square. Ooh, and we sort of match. It's inverted foil. Yep. So is it crooked? It's a little crooked, but I think we can work with that. And now I have my flags from this year's Power Sheets, which I didn't use, so I want to use them this time and write in all the goals. I think I should move this out of the way so that it's not too distracting. All right, let's do this. So these are my goals. These are my goals. Yes, I'm finally done with this section. There isn't too much of rhyme or reason to these flag colors. I just put what I felt sort of coincided with the goal in particular. So this lilac pastel for physical wellness, because it reminds me of rest. I just put blue to mind the business that pays me, because red is mostly for YouTube. And then heart things, I put yellow, because yellow is one of my very favorite colors ever in life. So we're going to put that back in here, and I'm going to write it out. Like I said, I'm going to rewrite my action steps and put in this planner. Now, this is a page that came from another live that I did, and I feel like, okay, my action plan for weight loss should be here. My action plan for finances, or to cultivate finances, should be here. So I'm going to put this page here. These are things I want to give up in 2020 finance-wise. So that's why it's here. So a couple more pages. We have the goals, we have the vision, and then we're going to have the action plans, which are these. I'm just going to rewrite them on here. And then ideas and things to help me stick to the goal, and things that I need to do that'll help to get this goal to fruition will be on the other page. So like this one, I need to give up certain things in order to make money available to me. And then this is going to be, well, this is an extra page, so that will be blank. This page is going to be to cultivate wellness, and I already have the weight loss tracker here and challenges, and then we will go on with the other items. This next page is going to have my word of the year. Now, initially, my word of the year was incubate, and this lovely lady on Instagram, I believe her Instagram name is KL Plans. It might be KL.plans. But she offered to give people, to do words of the year for people. And previously, my word of the year was incubate. And for me, the reason that this word of the year was my word of the year was incubate was because I was continuing with my 2019 goals. Now, my 2019 word of the year was margin, because I was trying to create a margin for myself in order not to feel boxed in and just everything being tight, especially with money. And just, needed some freedom, needed some space. I needed room to expand and move. And when you have margin, you have room to do certain things. So that's how that came about. But on the day that I unboxed my cloth and paper December box, this card came in, and it really struck me because persevere can have a negative connotation personally for me, because it just reminds you of the hard things that reminds me of the hard things that I need to do. And I wanted to get away from that because life has been hard for me for a while. It's been hard for a long time. And I'm just like, look, I am tired of this. I'm tired of things being difficult. I'm tired of having to face certain problems and other things. And it's part of why I've been stressed. But this word spoke to me, honestly. And persevere means to continue in a course of action, even in the face of difficulty. She has here with little or no prospect of success, but I reject that. But the main thing is to continue in a course of action, even in the face of difficulty. So I got myself a bunch of um, word of the years, with persevere. This particular definition says to persist in anything undertaken, maintain a purpose in spite of difficulty, obstacles, or discouragement, and to continue steadfastly. Now, the major thing that I want to do this year is to continue steadfastly. Yes, that's a major, major thing that I want to do this year. I'm saying this year. Well, it's almost this year, 2020. So I do want to continue steadfastly. So I printed out a bunch of quotes and definitions of persevere. And I think I'm going to use this one. And the rest of them I'm going to put in my different planners because I want to I want to remember and I want to keep it at the forefront of my mind what I need to do. I feel like I'm in a season where I just need to continue and hold on. I just need to hold on, yeah, for a little bit longer and see things just shift. You know, when you feel like you're in a season where if only you can just pass this point, and when you pass this point, you'll be essentially home free. I feel like that's the point I am in right now, and I want to I want to get it done. I want to get it done and over with. So I'm not going to run away from the fact that I do need to persevere. Yes, I'm not going to run away anymore because there is honestly no point. And I'm just going to do it. I apologize if I'm rambling, but I do hope this resonates with someone. One of the things that, one of the indications sometimes that something, what am I trying to say? One of the indications sometimes that of things that you need to do in addition to, something you're passionate about or something that's been a dream of yours, sometimes it's something you feel strongly against, right? Personally, I am not avoiding persevering anymore. This is the season of life that I am in, and I am just going to continue. So I'm going to put this here in the middle, and then I'll put the definition underneath. Yep, so we have that. And then we will have the meaning of it right underneath. Uh-oh. I didn't cut this straight. We'll have the meaning right underneath, and then I'm going to put down other quotes excuse me, I'm going to put down these other quotes here. So I might write this as word of the year. I don't think that I'll decorate this with washi. I don't think so right now. But I'm going to put some of these over here. Just things to remind myself of what I should do. The best way out is always through. The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. Champions keep playing until they get it right. When things go wrong, don't go with them. All great achievements require time. Problems are not stop signs, they are guidelines. Wanting to win isn't enough. You have to go through a process to improve. That takes patience, perseverance, and intentionality. With ordinary talent and extraordinary perseverance, all things are attainable. Let perseverance be your engine and hope be your fuel. Persistence is self-discipline in action. Once you learn to quit, it becomes a habit. Perseverance is more than endurance. It is endurance combined with absolute assurance and certainty that what we are looking for is going to happen. And this brings a Bible verse to mind. Yeah. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Yeah. By it, the elders obtained a good report. That's Hebrews 11 if you're interested. But that's it, people. That's it. We have gone through the entire goal-making process. We've come up with my goals, and we have the word of the year. I hope you enjoyed this goal-setting journey. The next step is going to be goal achievement. Achieving. And I will set up my January tending list. And that's it. That is it, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I think I should leave it here on this note. Thank you so much for watching. If you've been with me this far and you like what you see, please consider subscribing to my channel. I make videos on chasing my American dream, planning, and immigration related videos. Sometimes I throw in the little comedy, just slide it in. So yes, please turn on the notifications so you can be informed whenever I post a new video. If you want to purchase an Erin Condren planner, I have a link down below that'll give you $10 off your first order. If you want to get $5 off your $15 Simply Gilded washi order, I also have a link down in the description box below. So thanks everyone, and Happy New Year!